Hey YouTube, what's up guys? It's Backroads from Backroads Gaming. We are coming at you guys today with a website review. So, we'll jump into the website review. For those that are new to the channel, hi. I am Backroads Gaming. I am a content creator that has just recently moved over to Twitch. I will put a link for the channel in the description below. I stream a lot while I stream. I'm kidding. I stream every Friday and Saturday, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I play a lot of different games, mainly MOBA um, and sim games. You'll occasionally find some weird random like RPGs and FPS and all that fun stuff. So, anyways, getting back to it, you can always hang out in the community. We've got the Facebook, we've got the Twitter, and we've got the Discord. So, guys, feel free to click the links and hop in. Um, I cover a lot of different things. I do video game play, I do video game reviews. Those are actually coming. I'm still working on getting a lot of those edited to put up. I do product reviews, again, working on getting those edited and put up. We're going to be doing some reaction videos and yeah. But then outside of the spectrum of gaming, I've been training dogs now for 19 years ish. So I'm also going to be putting up a lot of videos about dog training. You can find the links for those videos. Without further ado, let's roll that intro, and we'll see you guys in just a minute. It is possible that you will be rejected. I don't have a list here in front of me, but I do know this, and I'll show you. This is really food for thought, okay? And I'm probably going to clip this section right here and put at the beginning of the video before I get into this. Before we get started on anything else, this is something to be very important and noted before you just jump in and start requesting keys. As it stands right now, if you are rejected for a key by the developer, you will have no way to request that key again in the foreseeable future. All right, guys. So, as promised, we've got us a website review today. Now, today, the website we are going to be going over is Keymailer.co. Now, Keymailer does a lot of different things. It's not just a normal gamer website. This is going to be a website that really helps out indie developers. So whether you are a content creator looking for new content to put out, if you're a developer or a game publisher and you're looking for an avenue to kind of get your game out there and get some eyes on it, this is an invaluable tool. Now, Keymailer, it offers a lot of different things. So what Keymailer has to offer is an exorbitant amount of games that cover every platform. Now, these games, basically what you do is you sign in, you create an account after you've got everything set up, and from there, as a creator, you have to get your account accredited. And we'll cover the ins and outs of how to do that here later in the video. We'll pull it up and I'll show you exactly how it looks. And we'll also show you how hard it is to get a game, how easy it is to get a game, should I say. Now, there are also links that you can get where you can put a little hyperlink and people can click on that game and buy that game, and you get money for it. It's an affiliate link. So it works a lot like the affiliate programs. You know, if you were to get affiliate programs through different sponsors and stuff like that, it's kind of the tiered program. You know, you got affiliate is that very bottom basic entry level into partnerships and sponsorships kind of thing. It's the one thing that most folks will qualify for before getting the elusive, getting paid, and getting free stuff. So let's go ahead. We're going to pull the website up. Okay, guys. So this is Keymailer. So my name's been blurred out. That's just for my protection. But what you've got right here, this is your profile page. Now, what you do is you set up the channels that you're on. Whether, you can see on here, you've got YouTube, Twitch, Mixer, and Twitter. You can also see my Steam profile right there. Now, what this is telling you, just based off of this is kind of where the developers start at. Now, one of the things they're going to look at is right here. This is going to be kind of the intro, so to speak. This is how many followers you have. So what is your potential reach for putting out footage for their game? Now, you could have 5,000 followers and not get games. You could have 500 followers and get more games. Now, why is that, you may ask? Well, that actually is where this comes into play. So let's take a look. I'll kind of scroll down and cover it. So what you can see here, this shows that I have 11 subs on YouTube, 1,056 on Mixer, 65 on Twitch, and 75 on Twitter. I am still a relatively small content creator. These numbers could be drastically larger for other folks. But let's scroll down. So what this shows you, potential coverage. Now, this was from my stream last night. Now, it is a dual stream here, and I'll show you both parts, because I actually changed over in the middle of playing Breath of the Wild. So this one, albeit broken, Mixer doesn't break it up like this, where Twitch does. So for Mixer last night, for 4 hours and 27 minutes, I was live. A total of 43 hours watched. I had a total max views of 19 viewers, but my average was 9. And then we go over to Twitch, 5 peak with an average of 3 viewers. I'm still getting started on Twitch, so that's why that one's a little bit lower. So I was there for 3 hours and 45 minutes playing Breath of the Wild. And then I went for about 40 minutes into just chatting. I actually covered a lot of this last night on stream, but I wanted to put out a live footage, a video here on YouTube for folks to review and look at later on, for those that can't catch the streams. Now, where the developers use this is they look and see, okay, this person's got 5,000 follows, but they're only averaging 4 viewers. And they're peaking at 5. So is this person's numbers inflated? Maybe. Maybe not. This person, however, only has 500 people following them. They peaked at 19 viewers with an average of 9. So there's a lot to consider here. The average viewer count is going to play a factor. Yes, if you've got 5,000 followers, that means you've been around, or you've done a lot of follow for follow. Realistically, I mean, that's what it is. There's things that you can get into, like Streamer Royale, Discord groups, and you could really inflate your base number, that follower number, but what is it actually doing for your viewer count? You know what I mean? That's the number that matters the most. And this is me personally that I'm saying this, because I'll tell everybody this. I would rather have 10 solid viewers than 1,000 empty followers. I mean, realistically, I'd rather have 10 people that came and hung out in my stream every time I was live than thousands of people dropping follows and never showing up to another stream. And that's how you begin to grow. This will help you, because this is going to give you content. Now that you see what the profile works, you'll notice that right here, I've been a member since May of 2018. My account is accredited. I've earned the accreditation for Keymailer. Now, I am not verified for VR yet. That is something that I'm working on now. To become VR verified, you need to meet the minimum of at least one of the following criteria. Have played at least 3 VR only games for more than an hour. That's Steam only games. So you can't use like the Oculus games, stuff like that. Or you can create and tag content for 2 or more VR only games on YouTube, Twitch, or Mixer. So what that means is, let's say you've got an Oculus or a Rift or a Go or something like that. You can make footage and upload it. And then you have to tag it accordingly. Now, the tagging it accordingly, each game has different criteria, and we'll show you how some of those work. But once you meet these categories right here, okay, sorry about that. Got the technical stuff fixed. So what it is, I kind of moved this around to make it a little easier to see and not have my big head blocking it. So all the way over on the left, you've got the virtual reality. Some publishers of VR-only games, for example, games that require VR headsets to play, will only fulfill requests from channels confirmed to own the required headset. And that's set up. They set up that verification process to help confirm the interest in the VR games. They don't want people requesting, 1,000 games and not being able to put out content to provide coverage for these games. So let's get into how it works. This is the Discover tab. This is where you are going to find all of your games. Now, on a base note, this gives a lot of quick breakdown. So you've got the popular games, and this is based off of the number of games, the number of keys that are requested for the game. So the more keys they've got requested, this is where it shows up. Down here is a list of games that are coming out soon and a list of games that are already live. Now, in these, you'll see a icon that'll be on the left-hand side. It'll be on the left-hand side of the request key, but it'll be just to the bottom right of the game image, and it's on each one of these. And then just to the right of that, you'll see the release date. You've got the game title here. This is kind of like the little cover art for it. And then you've got a request key button. Now, the request key button is simply that. You click that button, and you request a key for that game. That's all. It's that hard to get a key. Now, as you guys can see, there are a lot of games listed here. Now, if you go to the bottom and you go into the View More, this really breaks it down. Now, for anybody not familiar with it, this icon is the Steam icon. So what this is saying, this is upcoming games. So this is games that come out starting tomorrow, I think. Tuesday, these games are going to start coming out. Now, there are too many games to cover individually. If I were to go to the very last page, let's see how many pages there are. How many are on each page? Let's see if we can do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. There's 20 games per page. And this is the up and coming list. We're at page 13, and we haven't even got out of February yet. But how many pages are there? I'm actually curious on this because I've actually never looked into how many pages there was on the up and coming list for Steam, anyhow. So, all right. So at the end of page 29, we're in April. Let's see how far we can actually go out. Um, I have seen some pretty big name games on here. Um, for those that play the games, the survival games, Conan Exiles is on here. Ark Survival Evolved is on here. Okay, there we go. So 43 pages. And on page 43, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So 42 times 20 plus 16. Not really digging the math right now, but that's about 840, 856 games just on Steam. Now, every platform has something different. That's not counting all of the games that are already out. This is just the new games that are coming. So I'm going to just change this really fast and just hit the release button. This is going to pull the games that are already out. We're not going to go through this whole list like we did last time, but I do want to show you guys something. This platform has some games that you probably don't want to stream on Mixer or Twitch or like YouTube gaming or Facebook gaming, stuff like that. Making content for it offline and then uploading to YouTube, yeah, like Hentai Seat Girl. Just at the base of the name, it's gonna have some stuff that is not suitable for live streams. They have added this feature in now to cover mature titles as well. So for those that don't know this, Leisure Suit Larry, it's a thing. It's here. For you guys that want to know, I don't think it's going to really list it like this, but here we'll see if we do the simulation. Anime Girl Switch Puzzle. Yeah, some of these are ones that are pretty risque, shall we say. So it's not ones that I personally would play, but some people like them. They're here for you. Oh my goodness, my nose is itching like crazy, guys. I apologize. For those that are new to the channel, my videos are, for the most part, pretty much not edited. So what you see is what happens. Earlier, when I fixed the screen right here, I did have to cut that a little bit and trim it down. But anyhow, back to here. Let's take a look at some games that are. Let's look at some that are already out. Let's look at some released games. And let's look at a casual game. I like the casual games. Those are fun too. Terramancer. That seems interesting. So let's see. A lot of these are going to be what's the word I'm looking for? Indie games. They're not necessarily going to be from a large developer. Okay. So, if you're expecting a budget like Call of Duty or World of Warcraft, probably won't be here. So these games just released today. So let's look down and let's see. Knockout Daddy, Metal Unit. Let's look at this Terramancer. Let's see what this is. Okay, so Terramancer is a unique strategy game combining card combos and worker placement. Send your golems to collect resources to be the first to complete your tower. Play with your friends against AIs or complete challenges in a solo campaign. Adaptability is key. So this is something that you can play with your friends. This is a Windows-only thing. So, this is not necessarily something that I would play, but, there may be those folks that like games like this. So it shows the minimum requirements as well. Minimum RAM, minimum processor, operating system, graphics card, internet, whether it's needed or not, and how much storage it needs. So this would be one that I personally wouldn't get, but let's see. Vain Planet, Dreamtopia. See if we could find one that looks really good. Um, Tell you what, instead of looking at Steam, let's go look at the Xbox One. So this will be indie games specifically for the Xbox One. Hovership Havoc, I've actually worked the developer on this. It's a really good game. Let's see. Regions of Ruin, River Bond, Kerbal Space Program. You know what? Let's look and see if the Kerbal Space Program is in here. So you can actually search by games. So we're just going to search the word Kerbal. There we go. Look at that. The Kerbal Space Program and number 2. It's not out yet, but it's going to come out on Steam, and it'll be sometime this year. There's also the Breaking Ground expansion. So let's do this. Let's go ahead. Let's request a key, and we'll request it for Steam. Now, it shows you the release date. This game came out the 27th of April in 2015. This is the platforms that you can select it on. You can even, if you want, select it on multiple platforms. I don't necessarily agree with that, but you could. So there we go. That's how you request it. And then right here talks about a affiliate link. Now, we mentioned this earlier as to what the affiliate links were. This is how you get paid for advertising this game. So if I'm going to go ahead and request this because the Kerbal Space Program, I've watched my kids play, and it actually seems pretty fun. So I now have requested a link for both of these. Now, if they give me the key and the link, I'll actually make a video dedicated specifically for this game, and I'll have the link down in the description to allow people to buy it. Now, let's say the game is $20 and you get a 4% commission. I'm not going to really do the math right now, but 10% of that, a $20 purchase is $2. So, half of that, like $1. A little under $1. But it's just a little bit of money and a little bit of time. And if you're using it on a platform like YouTube, that video is there for ages until either you take it down or you get in trouble. One of the two. So that video will always be there. Now, as the game gets older, the commission amount, I can't guarantee that affiliate link will always work. But as the game starts getting older, the game starts costing less and less. So, you make less and less off of it. But, let's say you get 50 cents, but you have 1,000 people buy that game through your link. That's $500. So, food for thought. Now, that's how you request a key and how you request an affiliate link. Now, let's go to show you the My Key section. This section right here shows you what keys have been offered and they've not been accepted yet. Now, if I get somebody say, hey, here's a copy of my game, this is where it's going to show up. And you've got to click accept. And then if there's any requirements, and I'll show you what I mean by requirements here in just a second, you've got to abide by those. Now, these are the games that I have been offered. And I've already accepted these. And I made the mistake of not doing YouTube content for these games. I only did live stream content. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to redo content for every single game that you see here and put this out there. But one that I know that has a blackout information on it is right here. Now, each of these games that have a little email envelope on them, they have agreement requirements. So if you go to the requirement here, so this is the message that they give. Here we go. Embargo dates. These are the things you have to look for as a content creator. If you get a game like this and it has an embargo date, if you do not follow this embargo date, you put yourself at risk, because it's kind of like an NDA, a non-disclosure agreement. You can't make any content until that date. Now, you then have to accept the key. Some of the developers will give you some handy links, some footage, and allow you to link to the content that's out there. And then in this particular game, they also had a challenge that was out there where you could actually get multiple copies of this game to give away. So this game is definitely food for thought. Um, the concept of what these guys do is amazing. Now, back into the pending request. I have right now, and we're going to go ahead and I'm actually going to take this one off the table. I have 3 games that I've got requested right now: Temtem, Railway Empire, and Kerbal Space Program. The Railway Empire I did last night. Same thing with Temtem, just to kind of show folks how to request a key. These are also games that I would like to get my hands on. Now, you may not get a key request right away. It is possible that you will be rejected. I don't have a list here in front of me, but I do know this, and I'll show you. This is really food for thought, okay? And I'm probably going to clip this section right here and put at the beginning of the video before I get into this. Before we get started on anything else, this is something to be very important and noted before you just jump in and start requesting keys. As it stands right now, if you are rejected for a key by the developer, you will have no way to request that key again in the foreseeable future. So as you can see right here on Railway Empire Crossing the Andes, I made a request and I was rejected for it. Let me see if it's got the date as to when I got rejected. No, it doesn't have the date when I requested it. So in this particular game's case, there is an affiliate link. So I could request that. But do not go out there and request 5, 6, 700 games in the hopes of getting one. Now, back to where we're at right now. If your profile is very small or not accredited, I would not request a game. I wouldn't request a key at all. That's just me, though. And I'm going to put a link at the end. This will probably show up in the next couple days after this video is posted, with a link to another spot that is actually a little bit. The games are different, but you'll have another chance to request a game like this if in the event you do get rejected. So, I'm looking out for you on both ways of things. Now, I have been rejected more than once, and it's bound to happen. Like there is nobody that is going to be number one every time. A little bit bigger there. One of the biggest things that you can do to hurt yourself starting out is build a bad name for yourself. There are no shortcuts when you're a content creator. So, food for thought, guys. Now, um, stuff to look into, and I'll put the links for these in the description. Accreditations for Keymailer. You have to have at least 50 subscribers to your channel on Twitch, Mixer, or YouTube. I think that the subscriber criterion is YouTube, and Twitch and Mixer are followers. You have to tag at least 3 pieces of content using the official tags, as discussed in the tagging section. And your tweets do not count. So get some footage out there. Even if you're just playing games right through your console and streaming to Mixer or Twitch, or you're playing right off your PC and you're recording it and putting it up on YouTube, make sure to tag it based on the games. That'll count. Now, from there, your account gets reviewed by the staff and you get popped up there. Typically, channels with 1,000 or more subscribers is normally same day. Smaller channels can take up to 2 weeks. I think when I applied, I had I want to say maybe 75 to 100 followers, and I got it in 3 days. So, actually, it might have been. I was 18. So now I might have been 300 to 400 followers. My apologies. Now, video footage. This is key to this one right there. Videos under 5 minutes, trailers, and other people's content uploaded to the channel automatically get flagged as invalid and won't count. You have to create this stuff yourself. So, food for thought there. Now, if you review games for, say, a blog or a website or a magazine or something like that, they actually have a thing right here that it's a link to go to that. Now, I will put a link for the accreditation on there, and it's going to be down in the description. This is an important one as well. How long does it take? Most publishers receive their game key allocation 2 to 7 days before launch, but that depends on the platform. They may send them out straight away. Others may need to wait until the servers go live. For older games, it is harder for the publishers or the agents to get extra keys. So, like it says, keep that in mind if you're requesting a key for a game from 10 years ago. Now, Keymailer, they don't handle the keys. This is all the developers they have to send out there. Now, the developers, they only get a certain number of keys. So, food for thought. This right here, it actually covers it. Am I guaranteed to get every key I request? No. They use the information available based off the profile and the stuff that we went over when we first started with this. Figure out who to send those keys to. Now, Keymailer, where it's nice is the developers have access to all of that information because you've got your profile set up. You've got access to all of those developers. Otherwise, you're going to be sitting there, sending 500 emails out and requesting a key. You could do that too. But would you know that there are almost 900 games coming out on Steam alone between now and the end of April? Probably not. So that's where Keymailer has a huge advantage. Now, back to what we talked about also. This is a great question they put up here. And I'm glad they also added this section in. So we'll go over both of these. I've got 100 followers. Can I have GTA 5? Most likely no. A AAA game is only going to get their promotional game keys. It's going to go out to the media. Now, media, you can be considered media as a content creator, but you're going to have a bigger channel. And if using I'll use GTA 5 for example, you've got 100 followers, they've got 10 keys. There's 3 accounts that have less than you, but there's 6 that have more than you. You should get a key at that case. However, if they run out of keys before they get to you, in all likelihood, you won't get it unless you get really lucky and they decide to hook you up with a key afterwards. Now, here is the big part. Can you sell the keys that you've been sent? No. Most keys are sent under the explicit agreement that the key is not for resale or for giveaways. The keys get sent to you by the publishers and the developers are for the purpose of reviews. Now, that does not mean you cannot get copies of games to do giveaways with. I actually have a developer that I worked with on another site that actually gave me copies of the game plus DLC to do with giveaways because I really enjoyed the game and my community really had fun playing it and watching it as well. If a developer or publisher complains that the key issued has been sold, your account can be suspended or blocked. And the user to whoever got the key, let me see here. So the right to suspend or block the account of the user to whom that key has been issued once fully investigated. Okay, sorry. So I can't do Word tonight. Basically what that's saying is if they give me a key and I do a giveaway on my channel and I give away that key, after they investigated, they found that I wasn't supposed to, or the developer never said I could. In that case, my channel is probably getting suspended and blocked here on Keymailer. And now, there's a lot of other details that you definitely need to look into. Now, this is something that you guys really need to look into. Look into the FAQs. Read all of these. This covers a lot of details that you would want to know. But from there, you get the game, you download the game, you install the game, you play the game. You put footage up. That's it. As you start building better reviews for yourself, you grow your community, more games come, more content goes out, community gets larger. Rinse and repeat. The other thing that this really does, and this is where this becomes key, and this is why I said at the beginning, you don't want to request 100 keys and just, not put out any content. If you start doing things that upset the developers and publishers, these guys, they work in a pretty tight-knit circle. There's not a million of them out there. But a lot of these guys, they communicate with each other. And you can get blacklisted. If you don't know what a blacklist is, basically, think of it as a little black book that if your name goes in it, you don't get a phone call. It's not like the black books where, hey, there's her name, there's his name, there's her name, there's his name, there's their name. Let's give them a call. No, it's quite the opposite. If your name hits that book, it can be very hard for you to grow, and it can really hurt you in the long run. I made that mistake myself when I first started. So I have spent the last year and a half, almost 2 years now, trying to rectify the stupidity that was me starting out. But guys, that's the video for tonight. That is Keymailer. Tell me what you guys think in the comments. Is this kind of something you guys want to see more about? Do some reviews of other sites that may help you out as a community, as a content creator, or as a developer? Let me know in the comments below. Like I said, on Twitch, Fridays and Saturdays, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, you will see me playing something. It's possible you will see me playing a game that I got here off of Keymailer. But I will put a link to the Twitch channel down in the description, as well as the link to this right here, the Game Keys FAQ, as well as the Accreditation FAQ. I'll also put a primary link to Keymailer here as well. Remember, guys, time is the most valuable commodity in the world. For every second that you spend here with me watching these videos or with me on Twitch is amazing, and I appreciate it. Hey guys, I hope you liked the video tonight. This is one in a series of many videos that I plan on doing in the future. There will be multitudes of reviews of websites, products, as well as video games that you're going to see here on the channel. So if you haven't done so, make sure to smack that subscribe button. Make sure to hit the thumbs up on the video if you liked it, or if you didn't, there's a thumbs down too. But tell me why you think it was good, or tell me why you think it was bad. I'm asking these questions to help make this channel better for you. The other thing that I'm going to be doing, guys, is I will be doing some weird random reaction videos, most likely to trailers of upcoming movies and or video games. But I'll also be doing website reviews, kind of like the video that you saw tonight. Now, there may be other videos like that in the future, but it's still up in the air. But guys, thank you again so much for your time, watching the video, hanging out, and hopefully I get to see you guys in my live stream. The link for that is in the description below. But guys, I'm out of here for the evening. Have a great night.